All right, what's up? Good morning, Gus. Good morning, Peter. Good morning, Trap Trader. Good morning, Chad. What's up, GM? What's going on? Hopefully everyone's well rested for today. Juan, what's going on? Yesterday was a bit of a slow day. We did have a stock SOBR started to go bananas kind of midday, but I was definitely very hesitant on this one. Um, I didn't trade it much. Definitely underestimated at kind of a midday kind of pump. We did have action on it the day before, yes, or Friday. We had a halt up here, kind of like a random halt up midday to eventually just give back the entire move. So I thought that was going to happen again, but it actually held up kind of nice. We continued our next leg, consolidated, and had another decent bounce over VWAP. Choppy market. Maybe after AMBO we see movement. Maybe. So let's take a look at today's gappers. So taking a look at the scan here, our leading gapper is ALCE, up 113%. So today, ALCE up 113%. Has news, Alternus sheds $100 million of debt and payables related to Solus activities and will improve shareholders' equity by $45 million from disposal of certain subsidiaries. So it looks like it's market's reacting decently to the news catalyst. We're up 100%. It is a penny stock though. What's the float on this? So 14 million share float. 14 million share float. So it's right in that window of the stocks that we like to see. The floats between anywhere from, I'd say, a couple 100,000 share float to 20 million is usually the sweet spot. And since it is a penny stock, 30 cents a share, we'll be able to kind of turn shares much faster because people will be able to buy more shares because it's a cheaper stock, and that will cause the float to be able to rotate even faster. So it's potential that we could see something here on ALCE. We have positive news, 14 million share float. So float is our supply. So with our limited supply, we can have that potential demand supply imbalance, causing price to be very volatile, giving us some good opportunities. So it looks like we did have a bit of a support for several months down in here, right around 30 cents. We did come up and break the support, and it looks like we're holding over it. So if we can hold over 30 cents, that could be nice. It's definitely a sign of strength. So let me put a little bit of a trend line right around here. Yeah, right around 30 cents is where we had this support. Down in there. So now we're breaking back over. Previously, we broke back over these areas, but we rejected. So definitely a sign of resistance, but this time can we hold? If we can hold the support, we definitely have that potential to squeeze through these topping tails. And any short sellers holding will likely be squeezed out for break even or for a small loss or a big loss if they decide to hold. And this thing goes to $1.50, who knows? It's possible. I haven't been seeing crazy moves yet this week. I mean, we did have SOBR, but other than that, right out of the open, nothing really crazy yet. So I guess that's sort of our levels here. Seems like it's pretty clean there. maybe we can see our first target here is up to 40 cents. I'd be surprised if we get up to 40 or 50 cents. That'd be a good target, 40 and 50 cents here for ALCE. So there's our analysis there. I'd say, you know, it would be a very aggressive target to have a target up here at $1. I just don't think the market's that strong right now to be, you know, making, you know, if this one goes to $1, this will be, what is that, like 1,000% move or something like that, or something crazy, 500% or something. You know, we just haven't been seeing 500% moves in the market recently. Doesn't mean it can't happen, but I think the odds are low. Usually when stocks make moves like 500%, 1,000%, it's usually because there was just a recent move that made a 500% move. A lot of those moves are kind of clustered together because traders are anticipating the next big move. But right now we haven't been seeing anything too crazy. So, you know, I'm keeping my my expectations kind of, you know, reasonable. And I think a reasonable target for this one, ALCE, will be 40 and 50 cents. What's up, Skull? Good morning. Don Juan, good morning. Red today. Red today. The day didn't even start. The market's not even open yet. Pre-market trading, I guess. Giving back a week. He said you giving back a week of gains. Oh man, I feel that, man. I feel that. I haven't been making much the past few weeks. So I feel you. You know, like I'll have one green day, and then over the course of 2 red days, like I'll give that entire green day back. That's just kind of been happening consistently for the past 3 months. So I've been going sideways. But past 2 days have been green, so kind of starting to get myself out of my rough streak. Yeah, past 2 days have been small green. So Friday and Monday have been small green, about like $100 each, maybe a little more or less. And starting to kind of climb out of this little hole, this little kind of consolidation of my all-time P&L. Hopefully getting back on track with the front side move, you know, on my all-time P&L. So that's ALCE. You know, volume kind of fading here, so not too good. I'd like to see an increase of volume here before 9:30 to get us back over VWAP for a better kind of potential continuation. I don't want it to see fading down, because then it just starts to get too far off the high. So next leading gapper here. NMHI was my biggest loss. I guess my biggest loss ever in one trade, probably about $1,000 in like of just a few seconds. Just a few seconds. That's probably my biggest loss. My biggest red day I kept it really small. It's only about a 700 something. So I'm sure the losses are going to get bigger and bigger as I size up more, but that's where I'm at right now. So NMHI, another penny stock. NMHI, no news, kind of gapper here. No news gapper. I don't see any news on this. I don't know if you guys see news, but it looks like it's up 80% on no news, 13 million share float. Volume's very inconsistent. Kind of been stuck in a range here for the past 3-4 hours now. It made a high back at 5 a.m. So, you know, the chart is kind of rough here. It doesn't have any news. We came up and retested the bottom of the support. So unless we can get back over 34, it's probably going to stay down. Skull, your biggest win is 250, your biggest loss is 1200. That's crazy. Yeah, that's not a good ratio. You definitely want to have at least 1-to-1. My biggest win was in one trade, actually, was I think $1,300. $1,300 in one trade, and then one trade lost about 900. So Trying to, it's going to get bigger. The loss is going to get bigger. I already know, because I'm going to be sizing it more as I get more confident and comfortable. But, it just comes with the territory. Let's see here. So NMHI don't really like. It could still give us a move. So I'll put it on the far end of my watch list. My Korean friend lost $64,000 day trading yesterday in options. Now he's in bar with me, fully drunk. Yeah. Oh my gosh. God bless. Been a cold stretch past 2 months. Yeah, a little bit. I mean, we've been seeing moves. We have been seeing opportunities. It's just really like, I don't know. I've been struggling trading it, but we've still been seeing opportunity. So there's still opportunity in the market. We just got to make that adjustment. SRRK was good yesterday. I didn't like SRRK. So NMHI, I don't really like it. I have it on my side charts, just in case if it does pop up. Sometimes it does happen like that. We never really know which one's going to be the winner. OTRK, next one on GapScan, 64%. 64%. No news. Again, no news gapper. $3 stock. Actually, we might have had news yesterday. Let me check yesterday. No news yesterday. Just popping up from 180 up to 3 on no news. That is always a bit sketch, but it is 1.26 million share float. So definitely the lowest float here so far that we've seen on the GapScan. We can take a look at BPTH. It does look like it's also a low float, but it's up only 40%. But OTRK, no news, up, decent on the day, 64%. Volume is inconsistent, light volume. I don't like the pre-market chart. It's not screaming A+ right now. It's just gonna have to have volume out of the open where it's just kind of random. Just everyone just starts looking at OTRK and it just starts going. That's the only thing that I can kind of bank on here if OTRK is going to be the one. I'll put an alert on it if I'm not watching it, but this is definitely not screaming me to be watching this at the open. The volume is just too light. The float's low. It doesn't have news. Float low is good. That's the only thing that's good about it right now. I guess in the pre-market charts, kind of holding up. We're holding this previous high, so it's kind of bullish here coming into the open, but it's still underneath VWAP. I'd say all in all, it's kind of like a C+, B- kind of pre-market chart and setup here coming into the open. So next stock here, BPTH. And as I looked at the daily chart there, it doesn't look bad actually. Like we're curling up off the low, so we might have some shorts trapped in this area. So we could potentially see a squeeze here through 375 and 4 and up through these levels. But there's lack of news on it, so I don't know if there's really going to be that demand to push it over those levels. But if we do get through, we could see some shorts that are stuck here getting squeezed. BPTH. So BPTH, we've traded this one before. You can already see my levels here I've drawn before. Might as well just keep them there. They look pretty accurate for the most part. I'm not really sure what this one is. It's kind of just in a no man's land, so maybe we could just redraw it. So BBTH, we have news. This one does have news, okay? Biopath Holdings initiates development of therapeutic program for treatment of obesity. So what is it, like 1 in 3 people in the United States is obese? So, this is an endemic in the United States. So this is definitely going to get some attention. There's definitely a lot of money going around here for obesity treatment, obesity drugs, obesity cures, because I guess it's a disease. They treat it like it's a disease, obesity, but just people just don't make good decisions with their health. But anyways, it definitely does bring in a lot of money. So treatment for obesity, I think could be pretty decent here. BPTH. BPTH 3.4 million share float. Nice low float. Definitely in our ballpark. Does have news. Daily charts. We're looking at the daily chart here. It's been beaten down, but we have some decent volume so far. It's beaten down a lot here. We topped out there at 160, so we're gonna want to get at least back over 130 here. This is our previous kind of support. We don't want to break down below the previous support. So, you know, maybe we can see a move, I'd say all the way up here to 340, all this topping tail. I'd be surprised, but that's one hell of a leg. I'd say 190 is a good first kind of target. First conservative target here. 190 and 187, somewhere in there. Because that's this the top of this candle here. Looks like from the open, the first 4 hours here of this day has about 5.7 million shares of volume. So this could potentially be some resistance around in here. 1.92 bucks, somewhere in that area. Volume, again, very light here, very light. You know, for something like this to be A+ coming into the open, I want to see at least 100K consistently. 100 to 200K consistently. But it looks like we've been fading kind of recently the past maybe 30, 45 minutes, kind of averaging about 50 to 75K shares per 1 minute candle. So a little bit of light volume. It's going to have to get attention at the open. If not, this thing can just go sideways or fade and not really have any momentum. So nothing right now is saying that everyone is looking at this stock. There's not one stock that's like obvious that people are looking at. You know, WW, Weight Watchers, I think it's called Weight Watchers. I have no idea. I think it's Weight Watchers. Maybe not. But 79 million share float. You know, this is not something that I'm going to trade unless it gets obscene amounts of volume. It's an 80 million share float. So the supply is just so high that we are just not going to have that volatility and the range to have a decent edge. It does have news. Well, yeah, Weight Watchers adds compounded GLP-1 expanding accessibility and affordability of weight loss medications. It's pretty decent news. Maybe we'll get a good open range on it, because at the open, as we know, between 9:30 and 9:45, we do have like sometimes 2x, 3x the volume that will be trading on average versus the rest of the day. So maybe, you know, in that window, we could see this thing move like a small cap, but we're going to need that volume. And then shortly after the open, things going to probably tighten up and be a little bit harder to trade, be a bit more grindy. And we'll probably have a shift of attention. I mean, BPTH, we're back over VWAP here, forming higher lows, kind of trending up slightly here. Just the volume's kind of really iffy right now. It's not saying like, oh, everybody's watching this stock. It's just like this is looking like just some side chart, some side stock that's kind of popping up. That's really not gonna hold up very much. As you guys are tuning into your own trading, we've got 5 minutes left. So as you guys are tuning into your own trading, make sure you drop that like on the way out. Subscribe if you're new. For main watch, I don't have a main watch right now. So whenever I have a stock, no stocks that I really like here coming into the open, I just stay patient and wait for the stock that's getting the most relative volume. And the stock that's getting the most relative volume, I'll pull it up and start trading it, waiting for an entry. But right now, there's nothing that's saying that that's gonna be the main focus. I want to be trading the stock that is the main focus. The volume leader within the small caps. So we have ALCE, NMHI, OTRK, BPTH. Let's take a look at AMBO. So AMBO had a really strong move here coming into the close yesterday. Very nice, but this is a really rough chart here. Did it have an offering or something? Did have news though yesterday. Signs 1.3 million deal to expand AI-driven learning tools globally. So AI news. So we know AI is pretty popular right now. So maybe this thing can continue. It's worth to keep it on the side chart. It's a bit off the highs, but maybe we can see a short-term front side within this kind of range here. Within this window of 6 and 3. A huge range. So even if we see a move from 350 up to like 460, 475, maybe even 5, that's still a big enough kind of range to make a decent profit on it. So I'll watch this one since we did have news on it. There was no offering, so I'm not really sure why it dumped $2 a share in like just a few minutes. Maybe we'll get that continued volatility. Volume's a bit light right now though. So it's worth to keep it on the side chart. SOBR, kind of in a decent area. Again, there's no volume right now, but maybe we'll get a volume spike at the open. This thing was pretty aggressive yesterday. Maybe we can see something on it, but it's not screaming at me right now. Why not live stream, live trading sometimes? No, I don't do any live trading. I like to be focused on my own trading. And for my live trades, it's for the Triad Trading Archive members only and MMU Diamond members. The link will be in the description for that. It's through MMU. And there you can learn the strategy that I trade every single day. And you guys can watch my live trading archives every single day, every single trade that I take. But yeah, I like to be focused, dialed in at the market. No distractions. I need no distractions or trading. Pure 100% focus is important. So good luck, guys. And any of you guys in Florida, maybe if any of you guys are in Florida, good luck on the hurricane. Probably shouldn't be trading because the power will probably go out. So stay safe, anyone in Florida. We've got about a minute left, so good luck. Follow your rules. Follow your risk management. Have your max loss. Doesn't seem like a crazy day, so I'm going to be patient, more conservative today. Just going to try to end the day green, like always. So good luck, and I'll catch you guys later. All right?